All right, traders, hello. Traders and investors, this is an end of year update. So essentially, all my accounts were open from around August or so, August and September. And obviously, trades are open after from that. So it's sort of like hasn't been a year of investing and trading for me personally, but I thought I had an opportunity to do the end of year updates. Obviously, markets aren't trading. They're not trading tonight. So a little recap and see what happened. So it was actually slightly down for me yesterday as well. So FMG was actually over 24 and it cooled off a little bit. CSL has been cooling off for a little while. Now I got to 313 on the back of, the COVID vaccine announcement, things like that, and expansion plans, but it's been a little peculiar. It has started to cool off. There's been some profit taking and things like that because it's not been too bad, but it's one of those defensive stocks. So I think I'm going to continue with that. ABB, just steady, floating around $2. It hasn't really done too much since the IPO. I think it IPO'd at $1.80. AR9. I'd say cybersecurity play. Obviously, this is the cheapest stock that I do own. And it's just pretty so-so, to be fair. Bendigo, I've been happy with Bendigo. That's good. And Telstra, Telstra, that's just straight break even. So you might be seeing some repositioning leading into next year. Probably even, January, I most likely will be unwinding ABB. I think I'm going to leave CSL as a defensive play as well as FMG. I'm leaving FMG. That's been a nice little trade for me. I was pretty confident in the thesis on this, and even with all the China stuff, it's continued to sort of push high. The cost of iron ore per ton's obviously been pretty helpful, but I don't want to make this video too long, but I will obviously talk about my thesis and what I'm doing with things, and that's the portfolio. Obviously, I've cashed out of a few things. They weren't doing too much. EM1, IOU, DOU, ZipPay. ZipPay was a small loser, but really, FMG sort of just made up for all that, to be honest. But again, it's unrealized, so I will carefully monitor FMG in case there's some fun and games out of China if they decide to, for some crazy reason, get rid of it. Now, Tesla. So I'm in a few places in the US, as you can see my portfolio. That's in USD as well. Now the US dollar, the index really actually it did bounce a little bit, but I've taken a hedge out on the Aussie dollar with the Aussie dollar. So I bought Aussie dollars to hedge this, but I don't know why that's reflected in that because CNOG, although my position in LCA or Gold Nugget Online Gaming, GNOG, is not as big as Tesla and Segro and Adobe and things like that. So NGA cooled off a little bit. So that's a position. As you can see, there's still a few SPACs. I will probably be adding BNGO, which is a medical play. And there's chatter that Kathy Woods out of ARK Investment is getting. He says, shout out to Jackson for announcing this as well. I appreciate it. Yeah, so it's been running up pretty nice. I have to have funds in the account. So probably what's going to happen is I'm going to have to get rid of a couple of things in the Aussie market. I don't really want to take more out of my savings. That's probably going to be more for ETF positioning, because I want the money working for me. I'll acknowledge that the US market, although I do have a few conservative positions. Adobe is very high priced. Tesla's still going somehow. But anyway, guys. So again, these are my plays. I've talked about them for a little while. Square, that's, obviously a little bit higher price, conservative. Apple, again, more of an investment. Segro will be longer term. GNOG, I'm still going to hold this. This is fine. But BNGO will be probably the next one. And there's a couple more as well. Like, we go to the watch list. I'll show you my watch list. I know not a lot of people watch this, but I mean, it helps me to be fully transparent. I review this stuff. And so we've got BNGO. That's definitely something I'll be looking to get into. FRSX, that's nice. APXT, something I'll be looking at getting into. And again, another SPAC is PCPL. So now it's either, I think that's it's a software play, that might be EB. This right here is an interesting one. It's like Segro with it's like laser technology for self-driving cars. So just something to pay attention to. And it's a little bit lower priced than Segro as well. It's an actual stock. No, it's not. It is. I think it's a stock, yeah, at 408. Because SPACs typically won't trade below $10. That's why I like SPACs as well. And market caps, not too big either compared to the investments I've got in my portfolio. So that's the watch list. Here is the stock spot situation as well. So it's pretty steady at about 1,200 returns. So the Aussie markets and everything, and your markets have just sort of steadied off. You got to remember November was a big month as well. So this is how it's looking. Bonds and cash. So I don't know, it's out as much bonds and cash, to be honest. Gold. What would be great is to have like a crypto ETF. I'd participate in that most definitely. Emerging markets, we're seeing a little bit of strength there. But that's it really. So a little bit of income is generated off that, but not really too much. And here is the stake portfolio. So this is earlier on when I had some small amount of money available and I was waiting to get approved on ComSec. So that is this. So Tesla and Apple, it's in US dollars. So it's been, entry on Tesla wasn't too bad at 389. The last price is 705. So, well, Tesla, this is unprecedented though. So I mean, people talk about. I think Michael Burry, the gentleman off The Big Short, is shorting Tesla. I have multiple entries on Tesla. The last one was like 635. But I'm comfortable with that. So, although, you'd expect a pullback. I mean, but we'll see, Maybe there's not going to be one in 10 years. Who knows? Who knows where the top is? I don't know. It seems to defy everything. I remember a couple of years back, a friend of mine in Tasmania and I were talking about this. Connor, we did a podcast, Trade Talk, Pippin ain't easy. So Pimpin ain't easy. And we were bad-mouthing Tesla, and I own Tesla. I own quite a bit now. So why fight it, I won't. I mean, it does. The US markets do a lot more than the Aussie market, so it just makes sense to me. I mean, there are risks, but there are risks everywhere. This is the net profit for the Forex account. So this was opened on the 20th of August. So it's been, like there's the management fees of 1% a year that you pay. And there's the performance fees, net profit. It's pretty nice. Cooled a little bit at the very end of the trading month. And there's been no more trades taken since then as well. So after the 19th of, or after I think the last trade might have been like the 23rd or 24th of December, maybe even a bit earlier. So that is that. So yeah, that's been like 1, 2, about 5 months or so, 6 months. So it's been too bad. Just something a little bit different though. So I am the account manager for Forex Briefcase as well. So if you want to get in touch, you're looking to diversify your portfolio, feel free to, flick me a message or anything like that. I'll get back to you straight away. That's what these guys do. We've got a prospectus we can send out as well. So, feel free to get in touch. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Bye for now. Hope everyone had a lovely New Year celebration. If you're, depending on where you're in the world. Pokemon Cup as well, rocking that. Very strong coffee this morning as well. Yeah, so feel free to reach out, and I hope everyone's having a fantastic celebration as well. And if you're recovering, I hope you're feeling all right. And so this will be the full year now. Will be me focused on this and account managing for Forex Briefcase as well. So I'm no longer a personal trainer. Would have been Monday the 19th was my last day at the gym. So here we go. It's time for big change, and that's what's happening. So if people have been following the YouTube channel for a while, I guess I am sort of full-time trading. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, and I'm not making any outrageous call. Well, I guess, my portfolio says that I am making calls. Like, I'm confident where my money is, but who knows what will happen. So you always got to be flexible. We don't be too stubborn. All right, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope everyone has a great 2021. Bye, guys.